Full Miro tutorial for beginners 2023 full guide. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing great and are having an amazing day. I bring you back with yet another great tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be discussing about Miro and how you can use it to your benefit. Please do make sure to watch it till the end and listen to all the instructions I have to provide you with. And if you listen to me properly till the end of this video, then I can guarantee you that you're gonna properly know how to work with Miro. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first of all, what we're going to do is obviously we're going to write Miro, and here it gives us Miro.com, the visual collaboration platform for every team. Miro is your team's visual platform to connect, collaborate, and create together. Sign up for free, keep work and life separate by using your work email. So we're going to get into the Miro main web frame. Here we can see Miro. Take ideas from better to best. Miro is your team's visual platform to connect, collaborate, and create together. Down here we can see trusted by 45 million plus users like Walmart, Cisco, Volvo, Deloitte, Okta, and much more. Work together wherever you work, in the office, remote, or a mix of the two. With Miro, your team can connect, collaborate, and co-create in one space no matter where you are. Connect your tools, close your tabs. Whether you want to edit your Google Docs, resolve Jira issues, or collaborate over Zoom, Miro has 100+ integrations with tools already you use and love. And obviously you can check the report to see the ways they work, and it's built basically for the way you work, because it's great for brainstorming, unleash creative ideas, and build on them with sticky notes, images, mind maps, videos, drawing capabilities, and the list goes on and on. There's different diagramming techniques like flowcharts, swim lanes, strategic planning. Tap into one of their many diagrams to visualize projects and ideas of any scope. Then obviously there's meetings and workshops where you can give everyone in the room, even if they're miles away, a chance to connect and interact with sticky notes, voting, live reactions, and icebreakers. There's different Scrum events with Scrum boards. There's mappings, research design, strategic planning, and much more. So we're going to be discussing all of it in great detail today. So please do make sure to watch till the end so we can see all the different features like product management, engineering, and much more. So yeah. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, before getting into it, we're also going to discuss the pricing. So I'm going to just open it there. And we're also going to see the different products it brings us, like whiteboard, templates, Miro developer platform, apps and integrations, Miro for devices, and much more. I'm going to try to discuss most of these with you, most of the products. And if we go into their solutions, we have product management solution by teams, engineering, sales, UX and design, marketing, consultant and agencies, and much more. We're going to be discussing it all in great depth. But for now, we're going to go and sign up for free. And until it loads, we're going to go to pricing just to discuss all the pricings and plans. So in pricings, we can see we have 4 different plans. The free plan, which is unlimited, and there's no free trial. There is literally a free plan. So you can work on the free plan for whenever you want. Then there's the starter plan for $8. There's the business plan for $16. And then there's the enterprise plan where you're going to have to contact them. Now, the difference in them all is basically the free plan gives you a single workspace with 3 editable boards. Start fast and smart with our library of 1,000+ Miro and community-made templates. Connect existing ways of working to Miro with 100+ apps and integrations like Zoom, Slack, Google Drive, and Sketch. Easily bring individuals to a specific area of the board or follow what they do. Single workspace with unlimited board, one-click collaborator access, easy find and share, and all these features you can find it in the starter plan, and obviously respectively in the business plan you're going to get better things, and enterprise plan you're going to get even more better things. Here's the compare section where they have compared these plans and stuff like that, and much more. So we're going to be talking about all these things in great depth. So yeah, please do make sure to watch this till the end so you know properly how to use it. So right now, let's go ahead and get ourselves signed up. So right now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a temporary email for this. But if you're using this software for a long run, I do recommend that you use your proper email. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go on my temp mail, copy it, bring it here. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to click on continue. Here it says, what is your name? So let's get started with it. I'm going to give them my name, click on continue. Here they say add your password. So once you have fulfilled their agreement, click on continue, agree with them. Here it says it sent you a 6-digit code on the email that you have just given us. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on your email, and here we can see our code is 34446. So I'm just going to add that in, 344 and 6. All right, there's 1 4 left. Yeah, there we go. And once you do that, what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for this to load up now. Once it loads up, it brings us here. Join your company on Miro. This team allows anyone from Xsoft to join. Now, obviously, here are my different Xsoft companies. Xsoft is basically my email domain, and we can see that people from Xsoft are joined in on the Miro. But obviously, what I'm here to show you, like, you can't just join them, join different Miro boards. But what we're here to do is we're here to create a new team. So I'm just going to go over there and create myself a new team, set up your team. What's your team name, example, product marketing, and stuff like that. You can also tell them that anyone with Xsoft domain can join this. So I'm just going to enable that. So what this does is when you're going to send this Miro board to someone, like a link or maybe invite someone, so they're going to be easily able to join. Like all they're going to need to do is give their email, like they won't have to sign up and everything. So over here, what's your team name? You can name it anything, like let's say IT. Let's call it IT. What kind of work you do? You can tell them the work you do. It could be IT services. What will you use Miro for? It could be work, personal, education. We're obviously going to be doing work. And what's your role? You could choose your role. Like you could be an executive, C-level vice president, a director, a team manager, and stuff like that. I'm going to go with director. What's your company size? You can add in your company size to whatever it is. I'm going to go with 51 to 250. Have you used visual tools before? Visual tools are basically project management softwares like these. So if you have used them, you can go with I've never used them before to like start off fresh. I have used them, so I'm going to go with I've used some before. And how did you hear about Miro? This isn't important, so you can just choose anything and click on setup and continue. Now here it says invite teammates. You can either invite them from Slack or your Gmail contacts. Now there are two ways to invite them. You can either write their emails over here and you can click on send invitations, or you can just copy this and send it to them. Or you can just skip it for now, obviously, totally upon you. Now here it says, what do you want to do? Choose the area you want to work in and we'll help you get started. Now it gives us 6 different areas that we can tell them to help us in. It could be mapping and diagramming, research and design, ideation and brainstorming, strategy and planning, agile workflows, meetings, and workshop. You can tell one of these 6 things that you want help with. And if you didn't find what you wanted, you can just start from scratch. So it's totally upon you, like you have total freedom. So let's say I'm going to go with mapping and diagramming for now. Let's go with mapping and diagramming. Now, once I do that, what it's going to do is it's going to open the Miro board for me. It's like going to load me up into it, and it's going to show me all the different things about itself. So for you, your personalized recommendations. Now, here are our mind maps and diagrams, basically. We have our mind map, our flow chart, concept map, brain writing, Scamper, customer touchpoint, Kanban framework, company organizational chart, quick retrospective, and much, much more. You have all these different maps and diagrams. You have, and if you go in all templates, you can find all the templates that they have of these diagrams and stuff. So you have building blocks, you have community templates, icebreakers, where you can make character mix and match icebreakers, and much, much more. Like, these are great things. You can also go in the microverse, which, as I said, has community templates that the community of Miro has created for you, which is a pretty cool feature to have, to be honest. Then there's obviously the use cases like meetings and workshops. It could be brainstorming and ideation, agile workflows, research design, strategy planning, and much, much more, as we saw. Or you can just start off from scratch. So this is your Miro board. This is basically where all the work will go down. This is your blank canvas, and this is where you're gonna start doing your work. Now, to get started, let's discuss all the things that are in this board and all the features it brings us. So let's go with the first thing, which is this left-hand side widget. Now, what does this do? If we open our sidebar, we can see that we have all these features, like first of all, this is your mouse cursor, obviously. These are your templates. Now, obviously, you can drag and drop these into your empty board to like get started from somewhere, or if you want to just start from scratch, you can just start from here. Now, this is your text column where you can add your texts like this, and if you can't see them, all you need to do is you're gonna select them, and you're just gonna change the font size, and look at that, you can see them now. So that's how you add texts. Now, these are your sticky notes. Let's say you want to add a sticky note. I'm gonna add one right here. You can increase its size if you want to, so I'm just going to make it a bit bigger. You can change the font, and once you change the font, you can write something important in it, because obviously it's a sticky note, that's what it's for. And once you write your important text on it, you can also go on shapes. You can create different shapes, like let's say you want to create a box, and in that box you want to write something, or maybe let's say you want to create, I'm gonna go back on shapes, here we go. You can create more things like stars, circles, or you can just go with other shapes. You can create arrows and stuff like that. Here are different connection lines, like let's say I'm gonna create two, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna create 2 sticky notes. Take a connection line, I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna start over here, and look at that, I can go up till here, and look at that, I can create a connection line between 2 sticky notes, like this is correlated to this, or maybe that is correlated to this, and you can create multiple lines to make things easier for yourself. And then obviously here's your pen tool. Your pen tool is obviously your basic like drawing tool that you can use to draw and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna remove that, and here's your highlighter. If you want to highlight some text and stuff like that. Here's your smart drawing. According to this, like let's say I were to draw this, it's gonna draw a perfect circle. Look at that. And let's say I'm gonna draw a square, and look at that, it's gonna try to imitate a perfect drawing of what I did. So like let's say I draw a circle, and look at this, it draws a perfect oval or maybe a circle, and I'm gonna try to draw a decent circle over here. Look at that, it makes a circle. I'm gonna try to make a square for myself, like let's say I'm gonna make one here, and look at that, it made a perfect square. So that's what smart drawing does. It's a great feature for maybe if you want to create your stuff easily. And here's your lasso tool. Obviously you can lasso around, it's pretty easy, and you can select things with lasso like that. Look at that, it's select things easily. So there we go, like it's pretty decent. Like if you want to select just a few things using lasso, look at that, you can just select this part, and look at that, it only selects those 2. So that's how it's pretty chill. It's a pretty good tool, the lasso tool. Now if we go in comments, you can add different comments in places like don't change this notes, let's say don't change this notes movement, let's say that. And like if someone clicks over here, they can see that me, John Leahy, has told them to not change the direction. So yeah, that's how you can mess around with the comments. Then there's obviously frames that you can create. Like let's say I'm going to go with the A4 frame. You can create an A4 frame. And once you've created an A4 frame, you can add different texts in it and stuff like that. And then there is obviously tons and tons of different things. Like you can add apps and integrate yourself. You can create a Kanban board. You can create tables. Like if I go on tables, let's say I want a table of that size. I'm just going to click over here, and look at that, it's created a table for me. And in this table you can add different things, you can add different informations and stuff like that. And again, over here you can add different diagrams. Like let's say I want to create a diagram over here. Then what you can do is you can add different arrows, like this one over here. You can bring this arrow down here, make it longer, drag it down here if you want to, and much more. So that is how you can mess around with the apps. If we were to go in more apps, you can see that you can also create a Kanban board for yourself. For that, all you need to do is do that, and look at that, there's your Kanban board. And to like see, if you can't properly see, you can just zoom in. Look at that, here's your Kanban board. If you don't know how to use your Kanban board, you basically create tasks and you drag and drop them accordingly to their status, if they're done or not done. And basically, yeah, that's how you use your Kanban board and stuff like that. Again, if you go in apps, you have all these different things. You can also embed using the iframe code or HTML or CSS maybe if you want to. There's a spell checker to check if you've made any spelling mistakes. Like I'm pretty sure if I made a spelling mistake and I'm going to open the spell checker, what it does is it finds the error and it tells you, and it also corrects them for you. So yeah, those are all the features that you can mess around with when it comes to the Miro board. Now, if we go over here, these things are basically timer apps. Like let's say you want to set a timer for your work. Maybe this is talk track. Basically you can record talking on your board. Then this is the estimation tab, which basically creates an estimation for your work. This is the note tab, where you can take notes or maybe give notes to your workers who you have invited into your board. The reactions tab, like if you like what's going on, you can give a thumbs up, or if you can give a heart, you can give a wave hand, surprise, celebration, stuff like that. It's just fun stuff that you can do to mess around with. Now, obviously, we haven't created a proper board here. What we're going to do is we're obviously going to create ourselves a board. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to go on templates. Once I've gone on templates, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on templates over here for you. And once we're over here, let's create two things. Let's create a mind map and let's create a flowchart. So let's go on flowchart first. I'm going to go on use. I'm going to delete all these things that I've done over here. There we go. I'm going to go on the flowchart and I'm going to increase its size, obviously, to make things easier for me. And there we go. So there's your Miro flowchart. So here you're going to start adding things. So you can change text like start. Here you can write create code. Like basically if you're into IT, you can work around with code, create code. You can change the decision tab to maybe create code, then test it for errors. I'm just gonna, there we go, test it for errors. Make sure the positioning is good. After you've done testing it for errors, if it has errors, you can do fix errors. And then finally, you can publish. And if there is no errors in the code, you can deploy it and then fix any issue. So yeah, that's how you basically create different boards. Now, this is your flowchart color, and you can start applying colors to your flowchart. Like, let's say you want to change their colors. All you need to do is you're going to click on the board, and look at that. Here you're going to go, and look at that. There you go. You've changed your color. You can also change the shape by coming over here, and let's say you want to change it into a circle, and look at that. It's changed into a circle. You want to change it to a star. Look at that. It's changed into a star. And you can do much more things. You can make your text bold if you want to. You've changed it into a bold. You can change its alignment. You can also add a hyperlink. Like if someone clicks over here, it's going to hyperlink them to some place. You can highlight the text, add comments, lock the text in so no one can change it. And there's much more. Like you can also export it to an Excel sheet and much more. And once we've done what we're doing, if we go and present, look at that. This is how it's going to look. So yeah, this is how things actually work when it comes to working with your Miro board. And again, if we come here, like I'm going to open my chats once again. To stop presenting it, what you're going to need to do is you're going to click on exit, and look at that. It stopped presenting it. And again, you can present it in two forms. Like you can either present it in a board form, guide others through the canvas, or you can present it in a frames form with all frames. Present all frames as slides. So yeah, that's how you basically do your presenting and mess around with all of this. So what you can do is present all frames as slides, as I told you. So like obviously right now we have a single frame. So what you can do is you're going to go and create frame. This is one of our frames. Like let's create one frame to the left side. What you can do is you're going to click on present, and it presents this one single frame to the corresponding party that you're presenting it to. And you can do much more when it comes to the presentation tab. Now that we've talked about the whole presentation gig and everything, let's talk about all the other features that this brings you with. So all the other features that I'm talking about is, first of all, let's go in settings. If you go in settings, you have all these different board settings, like start this board, make a copy, move to other projects, stuff like that. So you have all these different settings on boards. You can set different preferences like navigation devices, grids. Like let's say you want a line grid or a dot grid. So I'm going to choose that. What that does is it creates a line grid for you if you choose it to happen. Then there's board settings, like you can start the specific board, you can set start view, board history, you can even delete the board if you want to, and do much more. And if you were to go into your Miro profile settings, you can change things from here too. Like if you're over here, you can change your notification tab. You can also integrate it with your Slack, connect it to your Slack. And what that does is by connecting it to your Slack, you basically give yourself a gateway to get notifications and emails and stuff like that. Like whenever something occurs over here related to your Miro board, it's going to send a notification to your Slack just so you know what's really going on. So we can see board activity and conversion, when a board is shared with me, when a board is shared with a team, when someone requests access to my board, when someone comments in threads I am following, when someone mentions me in any comments, summary of changes on my boards and stuff like that. So basically that's what you're working around with, and that's what you mess around with when it comes to working with your Miro board. You can also set the time zone. There's the project activity section. When someone adds me to a project, you can get a notification over there. And there's the team activity section, when my invitees sign up, when someone requests access to my team, when someone invites me to a team, weekly summary of team activity and stuff like that. Over here, you can see your apps, where you can create new apps for yourself to make things easier for you, where you have your web SDK, REST API, and live embed. You have your different integrations over here, like Facebook. You can log in with that, your Google Drive, Google Contacts, Office 365, OneDrive, Dropbox. You have your Box, CA Agile Central, Slack Contacts, and much more. You can do all these integrations. Then obviously there's your team profile that you can mess around with. You can change these settings. As I told you, like if you keep a name, you can change them later if you want to. Here you can also change your plan that you have currently. So here's where you change it. Here's your insights. You can work with your insights, like understanding how Miro is adopted in your company is essential for making decisions that impact your organization and business. We have built a dashboard that provides a global overview of collaboration on a company, team, and user level. The analytics will help you understand the level of value that Miro brings to your company, enable you to make better decisions. You can contact them, and insights are obviously only available on the enterprise plan. So for that, as I said, you have to contact them. Then if you go into the security section, again, this is also only available on the enterprise plan. So you're either going to have to upgrade to the business plan or the enterprise plan, where you're going to get the SSO or the single sign-on, which is based single sign-on gives you team members access to Miro through ADFS, Azure, Okta, OneLogin, or your customer identity provider. Then obviously there's different idle session timeouts, sharing policy, team privacies, but you can get them on the enterprise plan only. Obviously, here's your apps and integrations, where you can see your installed apps. And the installed apps are Smartsheets, OneDrive, Wireframe Library, Charts, Google Images, Box, Dropbox, Adobe Creative Cloud, Spell Checker, Chat, Icon Finder, Google Drive, and Brand Fetch. So you have all these different things in your system. If you go in permissions, you can see all these different permissions that you can get. Maybe you have your audit logs, team users, and much more. So these are basically your settings and things you can mess around with when it comes to your Miro board. Then again, if we were to go into let's go in all templates. Let's say you want a full made template. For that, you're going to either go to icebreakers or you're going to go to your community templates. And in your community templates, let's say we have a lightning decision jam. This is basically obviously a board that's a lightning decision jam board. And to obviously bring this in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this board that we have over here. I'm going to delete this frame that we have over here as well. So to just delete it, make sure to undo what you did. And again, I'm just going to go into the templates again, add this real quick. To add it, as I said, you're going to click on use. What that does, and look at that, it has automatically added our board over here. And look at that. Look at how nice that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it a bit to the side. I'm going to move it here. I think I accidentally added 2 boards, or you can just keep 2 boards if you want to be honest. It's totally upon you. I'm going to keep these 2 side by side, but I'm going to go with this one over here. Now, this is your first board. And obviously on this first board, you can see that you have tons of things going on. Like there is a lot going on right now. There's a lot you can mess around and work around with. So yeah, you can take inspiration from all these different projects. Like I'm not saying copy it exactly, but you can take inspiration, see how it works, see how it's actually like. Here you can see you have the same board over here. we can see that you have these 3 basic steps, and in these 3 steps you have more sub steps to see how things work, to categorize things, to basically make things easier for yourself and your team. So yeah, that's what this does. And obviously, as we go into our integrations and apps, here we are. Here's your explore apps and integration section, where you can see all the apps and integrations you have and what you can do if you actually use them. So over here, as you can see, you have all these things like the Microsoft 365, you have Atlassian, you have Google Workspace, and when it comes to featured, you have Slack, Giphy, and Literal. Now, obviously, Slack, you know that Slack is a great messaging place for teams, and many teams and workplaces use it. You can share Miro access, check comments and updates in Slack. There's Giphy, where you can embed GIF files from Giphy Direct and Miro just to, make things look better. And then there's Literal, get an app screen inventory in minutes. So you have a proper app screen on your Miro board. Then there's obviously your essentials, where you have your Miro plugin for Figma, Miro for Microsoft Teams, you have Jira cards. In the description, you can see what actually happens if you integrate them. Like if you integrate the Miro plugin for Figma, you can see import Figma files to Miro to review as a team and share feedback. Miro for Microsoft Teams, you can use Miro across your team space, calendar, meetings, and tab. And in the Jira cards, you can see visualize, edit, or create Jira tasks directly in Miro. In Slack, we can see share Miro access, check comments and updates in Slack. In Asana cards, we can see import Asana tasks as cards onto a digital whiteboard. Airtable, capture freeform ideas from Miro into your Airtable workflows. So yeah, you can see you have all these different things, tons and tons of them. Facilitation, you have Miro for Zoom, where you can collaborate with your team on Miro directly inside your Zoom. You have Miro for Google Calendar, where you can attach and share Miro boards ahead of meetings and workshops. You have Miro for Microsoft Teams, where you can use Miro across your team space, calendar, meetings, and tabs. And obviously, then you have all the apps in one place. You can also get started with an API or develop your own app using the Miro developer platform. So yeah, there's a whole lot of other things that you can do. As I said, you can also do your embedding with your Miro. Like let's say you want to do different embedding for your HTML, CSS, or maybe any type of iframe code. You have Miro for Zoom, you have Notion, which is a Miro embed, easily work with live editable Miro boards inside Notion. You can also work with Monday.com and Trello, which are one of the best project management softwares out there, where you can easily work with live editable Miro boards inside Monday.com. Attach Miro boards to Trello cards to save time. You have Confluence, Remote Conference, Hopin, and all these different apps and integrations that you can mess around and work on with. So like, if we were to talk about, like, if we give a nice good overview of the Miro product, we can see, if we were to talk about what is Miro, we can obviously see that Miro is basically the online collaborative whiteboard platform. As you can see, this is a whole whiteboard that enables distributed teams to work effectively together, from brainstorming with sticky notes to planning with and managing agile workflows. And we know that more than 25 million product managers and owners, UI designers, agile coaches, and design thinkers all over the world use Miro to create the next big thing. Miro is perfect for your remote collaboration, ideation and brainstorming, research and design, strategy and planning, agile workflows, mapping and diagramming, online workshops, and much, much more. We know that your Miro is perfect for all these things, and it just works great. It works like an absolute charm. If we talk more about it, the key benefits of using Miro are the real-time collaboration for remote teams, because like with Miro, users can actually communicate in real time using powerful visual tools, discuss the projects and ideas in board chats, leave tagged comments, use voice and video calls, and it's also super easy to use. No learning curve, as it is a simple whiteboard basically, and easy to start and integrate an online whiteboard into existing workflows and onboard new team members. It is a one-stop place for all data. Users can work on the board with almost all the tools required: texts, docs, images, videos, wireframes, post-it notes, and more. It also saves a lot of time and provides the big picture. Instead of emails and text chats, Miro allows users to see the big picture of projects and simply zoom in when they need to discover the details. Save the time avoiding routine emailing and pointless discussions. It is also a simple way to organize very creative workflows. Miro is an essential tool for those who deal with design thinking and creative concepts. Collect all individual and team ideas, use post-it notes, wireframes, discuss and share with team members and clients. Now, the typical customers are obviously either small businesses, mid-sized businesses, and large enterprises. Like, there's no freelancers, I think. Like, freelancers mostly use other PMSs. So if you're a freelancer, I wouldn't recommend Miro, but if you're into small businesses, mid-sized business, or a large enterprise, then obviously Miro is for you. And the platforms that Miro is supported on is the web, Android, and your iPhone maybe. It has also great support options like FAQs, email help, knowledge base, chats, and 24/7 live representatives. It also has training options like webinars, documentations, live online videos, and stuff like that, just to, make yourself get familiarized and, it just makes life much easier and better for you. And obviously, if I were to discuss the pricings once again and to actually discuss how it goes down when it comes to pricings, the pricing details are, again, Miro offers a free and a premium plan starting at $10 per user per month or $8 per user per month for annual billing. Miro offers a free account with 3 editable boards and unlimited team members. Their paid premium plans offer extended features such as your unlimited boards, private board sharing, unlimited external board viewers and commenters, advanced attention management, custom templates, single sign-on, integrations to your favorite tools, and much, much more. Custom enterprise pricing is available as well over there. And obviously, if you were to ask the opinion of users, like how it actually is and if it's actually trustworthy, then you can see that many users actually trust it a lot. And if you were to see like the popular contenders of Miro, you have Quick Reviewer, Bitrix24, Element, iBabs, and Big Pulse. And according to all of these, their prices start from a very high range. So yeah, I'd say Miro is a pretty good bargain. It's a pretty good steal in my opinion. And if we were to talk about the pros and cons, we can see it's a complete tool for wireframing and brainstorming. Overall, it's a wonderful design and product tool having so many innovative features to explore. Any different kind of product flow or journey or idea can easily be created, pitched, and shared using your Miro board. The pros are that obviously the product is a collaborative tool allowing multiple users to work together on an idea and derive actionable insights on ideas. The templates are the best part of the tool. They are a very good kickstart to all the ideas. The only con in my opinion is that the cost is like okay, like it's not too high, too low, but I would change the price if I were to. Also, I did face some issues with when using the flowcharts as the boxes don't align themselves properly, as you just saw as I was using them. Another pro is that it does offer a wide range of features such as sticky notes, shapes, drawings, making it a great tool for remote teams. And another con of it would be that some users may find the interface overwhelming and confusing to navigate. And yeah, I do fully agree with that because it does have a tricky interface. Like it could take you a few seconds or a little time to mess around with it. But apart from that, it should work fine, like once you are properly trained with it. Now, if we were to talk about the features, once again, we know that the Miro features contain different APIs. It has access control permissions, as we just saw. It has action item trackings, action managements, activity trackings, activity news feeds. It has agenda management, agile methodologies, alerts and notifications, asset libraries, asset sharings, assignment managements, attendee managements, audio calls, backlog management. It has bar charts, brainstormings, business process automations, calendar managements, campaign analytics, change managements, chartings, chat messaging, client management, and there's like a ton of other things like color codes, commentings, sticky notes. It has dashboards, data importation and exportation, data linking, data management, data security. You have design management, designing templates, diagramming, digital canvas, document storage, engagement tracking, evaluation management. You have file sharing, and there's like, I could just keep going on and on. There's like hundreds and hundreds of features, and all the common features of project management softwares are like Access, agile methodologies and stuff, but Miro brings you with the activity dashboards, billing and invoicing, budget management, client portal and stuff like that, things that are not present in other project management softwares. And obviously, if we were to compare it to its contenders like maybe Google Drive, Microsoft Excel, we can see that the functionality is much better than them, and the pricing is much better than them, and the unique features it has is it's for mobile, it has asset sharing, it has road mapping, and attendee management, as we just discussed a few seconds ago. And obviously, you know that Miro is the most constantly software that people use when the pandemic hit their country and they need to work remotely from home. It has all the tools that they need to collaborate on task and project, and it works on real-time settings. Like, people are really happy adopting this software as a part of their work system, and I think you should too, because like online meeting and project discussions in an online setting is the strongest feature that Miro offers. Screen sharing is the most important and really critical feature that people, when doing online meeting for their project discussions, come across with, as it helps them to visually show their computer screen for others to see the point that they are presenting. And we also know that like one of the best things about Miro is that data is safe and secure. The ready-made framework helps you build up on the idea present, and also helps you start thinking. Online collaboration is the other best thing, which makes the task easy. Also, there's customer support provided by the team, which is excellent. And obviously, we know it allows developing joint work for dynamic and complex environments in a very simple way, in addition to having multiple integrations with third parties and the incorporation of agile methodologies such as Kanban, pre-designed templates, and the facility to parameterize the application with the logo and the colors of the organization. It's useful for the teamwork and task assignment, as we discussed, with the possibility of making notifications, generating progress in real time, or asynchronously producing and documenting strategies, setting team goals, designing workflows, and generally maintaining communication with all the participants. And we also know that it can help you map out ideas and process it. It helps you shift how the seemingly disconnected areas or tasks in both your business or personal life, if you're like doing it for personal reasons. Someone that constantly wants to offload ideas and thoughts onto a notebook or doc, Miro can help you a bit further by almost thinking with you. Like, if it makes sense to you, it does think for you. And I highly recommend using it when you need to shift your perspective in some way, or when you would like to both look at the picture and path, and also get very clear on the smaller steps of all these integrations and apps and features and components. Like, Miro makes it really easy, as you can see, to map out ideas and workflow step by step. It is an intuitive program that understands how mind mapping actually works, and in the process helps you think processes in more detail. At the moment, people use free version a lot, and there's plenty for them to use to plan out their sales launch, product development, and internal goals. But yeah, obviously those are all the pros. But if we were to talk a bit about the cons, we have I have personally seen that there are some bugs with the screen sharing, like it won't load your audio file and fails to play it sometimes, but it works correctly with the video file. The whiteboard has no board to its canvas, and if not controlled correctly, it will be taking too much resources of maybe your computer RAM and drag your computer to run a bit slowly. So you might need a bit of a strong computer to run your Miro, but it depends on what you're using on Miro, to be honest. And collaborating on boards using your mobile might be not so easy. Miro has developed an app to keep you interacting with your work team using your smartphones. From here on out, you can incorporate ideas and post comments without the need to be in front of a laptop. And as a free user, the boards you create are shared and open to the public. Like, I can't imagine how someone would stumble onto my boards. I would not feel very secure knowing that they are in some way accessible and open to the web. I understand that many programs do this at their level, but for software that holds information on internal processes, ideations, etc., it feels misaligned for some reasons. Perhaps I myself do not fully understand how this open access works, and in that case, it would be helpful for this pain doubt to be addressed early on by Miro. The navigation system is also a bit messed up, and you can't always see somebody move something by accident. You can just prevent that by locking your elements, but it's still an issue. While it's easy to roll back those changes to those less detail oriented, it can be tricky to recall what was made on purpose and what was not. The recent integration with Google Meet is not working as desired as I thought. If people were having connectivity issues, access issues, or were muted in original source, then Miro were not heard. It is still displayed in another window, etc. I do feel like this is the way to proceed, and having it inside a meeting like Google, Teams, or Zoom, it's a great way to reduce those multi-tabs, but it does need to be improved in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to your Miro and your basic project management software. Now, you could call Miro a project management software, but it's a project management which goes on your boards, and basically you can present ideas and stuff like that on it. So yeah, that's what Miro is, and this is how you use it, and those are all the features and review when it comes to Miro. Now, it's totally upon you on how you want to use it and when you want to use it, and depends on your work ethic. So yeah, that was all from me. That's the tutorial for Miro. Now, if you have any questions or queries related to this video, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will answer it as soon as I can. And if I have left anything out in the video that you wanted to hear, please let me know down in the comments that as well, and I'll help you straight away. And if you want to see more videos like this as well, like long tutorials regarding things, you can let me know that as well, and I'll make more long tutorials for you according to the topic you want. But yeah, if you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a lot. Share it with anyone in need for videos like this. And yeah, till then, I hope you all keep having a great and incredible day. That was all from me, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.